The best way to describe this upcoming week, it's kind of like a speed bump. It's time for the astrologically intuitive words of the week and for us to talk about the astrology behind them. I'm so happy to have everybody here. I'm Felicity Fletcher. I'm an avid reader, a hopeful author, and a practicing witch and astrologer. And I started these weekly astrology videos primarily for myself and my mom. Hi, Mom. A couple people have decided to come along for the journey, and I just wanted you to know I'm so happy to have you here. Let's jump into it. This will probably be my quickest video yet. We are covering the week of Sunday, September 28th through Saturday, October 4th, and there's not too much going on. But let's talk about what we do have happening. On Sunday the 28th, the word of the day is basic. There's not really any astrology that I wanted to talk about, and this word can kind of be translated however it fits for you. Whether it's a reminder to not make things too complicated, whether it's just a reminder that sometimes things just are the way that they are, they're just basic. This week kind of feels a little bit like a basic week. It feels like a chance to slow down a little bit and really just go back to building blocks. On Monday the 29th, we have the moon moving into Capricorn. When the moon's in Capricorn, we care a lot about structure and planning. Capricorn has a lot of focus on success. One thing that I like to remind people when it comes to Capricorn and people who have a lot of Capricorn energy in general, like myself, is Capricorns tend to focus on whole success, company success, like household success. They care about success in a very broad, big picture way. It's not just about personal success. And so this Capricorn moon, we need to focus on long-term, larger success. What does that look like to us? This is also a time that we tend to be extremely resourceful. This is a time where we can take what we are given and create something from it. This is a time, a phrase that I use a lot as a Capricorn in work is doing the best I can with the resources I have. And sometimes we can actually get a lot of things done even if we're not given all the resources. That is why the word of the day for Monday the 29th is productive. It's going to be a pretty good productive day for us. Tuesday the 30th, again, I don't have much astrology to talk about, but the word is passion. I get this feeling that we kind of are coming out of a lot of anxiety and we get to focus on our passion just as it is. We don't have to worry about what it means for our path. We don't have to worry about are we doing the right thing. We don't have to worry about how our passions relate with others. We get to just feel passion. Wednesday the 1st, we have the moon moving into Aquarius. When the moon's in Aquarius, we tend to seek out, have this urge to feel freedom, to feel some sort of improvement, to make things better, to have progress. This can be stifling sometimes, though, when things around us can't improve with us, when there's things blocking us from progress. On this day, we have Mercury square Jupiter as well, which is going to be a pretty big block. It brings with it indecision. It brings with it this look at things with a very broad picture and the inability to narrow down or to actually make any progress. When you're looking just at the big picture, you're not looking at the plans of how we got here. We're not looking at the details. We're not looking at the small stuff. It can get really overwhelming. And the thing about Mercury square Jupiter is Jupiter makes us want to make plans. We want to create, we want to grow, but we don't know how to do it. We can't get any results if we don't actually have a plan. And regardless of how much we want to plan, it's just going to feel like it's just not happening. There's going to be a lot of issues in how we express ourselves during this time. We're going to have that urge for freedom, but that inability to really describe what that means to us, to others. There is a ability or a likelihood of being overly cocky during this time, overly confident. We tend to overestimate a lot of things. We overestimate ourselves. We overestimate other people and what they're willing to give to us. We overestimate the value of what we are doing or what we have. And it brings with it an arrogance to the day. The word of the day for Wednesday is arrogance. That Aquarius moon brings with it this arrogance for progress, improvement. And we are going to think that we're the only ones who know what that looks like. And then you have this Mercury square Jupiter. It brings with it indecision. It brings with it cockiness, this arrogance as well. We just need to be patient. We need to remember that everybody is feeling this way. It can turn into a lot of people butting heads, and we have to be patient. Thursday, the 2nd, I don't really have any astrology to talk about again, but the word of the day is stuck. We're going to feel stuck in that energy. We're going to continue to want to move forward, but it's going to be hard. It kind of feels like there's some things in our way. We have to wait till certain energies kind of change and transition and transform, but we feel stuck in the meantime. Then on Friday the 3rd, the moon moves into Pisces. This is actually my least favorite spot for the moon just because it's not my favorite. It's difficult for me. We tend to live in a dreamland during this time. We're overcome by daydreams. We are focused on our reality and don't quite understand that our reality is not someone else's reality. There tends to be a massive lack of boundaries when we're talking about the moon in Pisces. We aren't going to care about our own boundaries. We're going to let people overstep. We are also going to be overstepping people's boundaries. And there's this delusion about it. I think that's what's hardest for me with the moon in Pisces is the delusion, the lack of boundaries and the delusion when understanding that those boundaries are not there. One of the things is that this is a good time for creation, for bringing things together, for combining different aspects of our lives. When we have that lack of boundaries, I do always try to focus on the positive of the Pisces moon because I know, again, it's not my favorite. The word of the day that came to me is the word merges. I think this is a good time to see what we can merge together, what we can create by allowing things to come together with that lack of boundaries. Finally, Saturday the 4th, again, I don't really have any astrology to talk about, but there is energy coming in the future. There is change. There is kind of this multitude of possibility. And I picked the word of the day as multiple. I think it's so important for us to realize that there are multiple paths that we can go on. There are multiple ways to look at everything. It just feels like such a good reminder that nothing is set in stone and nothing is singular. There is always multiple options. All right, this is the time where you go ahead and grab your pen, your pencil. If all you have is a crayon, just go ahead and grab something. Grab a piece of paper or grab your calendar, pull out your planner. I'm going to go over the words of each day so you have a chance to write those down. Are you ready? Let's go. For Sunday the 28th, the word is basic. For Monday the 29th, the word is productive. For Tuesday the 30th, the word is passion. For Wednesday the 1st, the word is arrogance. For Thursday the 2nd, the word is stuck. For Friday the 3rd, the word is merges. For Saturday the 4th, the word is multiply. And the phrase of the week for me is just speed bump. That's what this week feels like. It's just a little speed bump. It's slowing us down. It's making us think about a couple things, but it's getting us ready for what's next. Thank you so much for being here. You know the spiel. If you want to support these videos, you can like, you can comment, you can share, you can subscribe. I appreciate every single person who engaged with me in the past couple weeks. I really appreciate it. But the biggest thing I ask is that you come back next week. I'll see you then.